Hello and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole and today I want to talk a little bit about Trovo. What you are seeing here in the background are the Trovo stream charts. Like, this is where you can see how Twitch is doing, how Facebook Gaming is doing, and how Trovo is doing. And Trovo just had the best month ever. And it really speaks highly on what Trovo is trying to do. Like, they are not running a big marketing campaign. They are not trying to actually win people over from Twitch. That's something Microsoft tried with Mixer, and they failed horribly. But it seems like they don't have to. Like, as I said before, Trovo has found their own way on how they can grow a platform by focusing on markets which are not under the control of Twitch yet, and that is the European areas, Middle East, South America, right? Like, we have a lot of that, but they're also growing in the English-speaking areas, and we will talk about that in just a minute. But Trovo has been growing, and it looks actually really good with them. And I have now been streaming on Trovo for 8 months. I have been a Mixer partner before that. I have been a Twitch partner after that. I did go to YouTube, and I stick with Trovo because I really believe in how they act. They basically do everything people want from Twitch. They're talking to their community. They tell them what's going on. They talk to them when they make mistakes. And yes, Trovo has made some smaller mistakes here and there. They're not a shit show. Thankfully not, but they have made some smaller mistakes here and there, and some people of course started to use some new features for their own advantage, and they listened to the community, and then they implemented changes in the matter of days. Like, let me tell you about a specific feature where the community thought that Trovo screwed up, and that was the treasure box. So what is the treasure box? Well, you can basically put a giveaway in your channel. Like, you don't need a bot for that. Then you can put in requirements you need, like you have to be a follower, you have to watch for an hour, you have to do like a shout out or something, or you have to post something in chat. Like, you can set the rules on what you want people have to do to enter the treasure chest. And then, well, you can put literally everything into the treasure chest. You can put in bits, or elixir as it is called on Trovo. You can put in subs. You can give away the free currency mana on the platform, or you can just put keys in there. That's what I did, like beta keys for like certain beta events. I just put into the Trovo treasure box. People entered it, and then it also like choose the people who won and all that. And then they are automatically getting the stuff, which as a streamer, so relaxing, because most of the time you don't have to do anything. You set up the treasure box and then you are done. And the system is doing everything in the background. And that was one of the new features they implemented like 2 months ago or so. And unfortunately, that whole treasure box had also another feature attached to it, which there would be a button on the main website for treasure boxes, and people could just see the list of users who have a treasure box up, and then it would go into the channel. So it would be a great way to advertise yourself, but that also meant a lot of people who spend a lot of money would have more treasure boxes, and they would be more seen than others, and they would just make more money. So you had to spend money to make more money, and people who don't have the money felt like left out, and they were like, wow, this is basically pay to win on your platform. And you know what Trovo did? They listened. And after 2 days, like, they opened it next day, they opened up a discussion, and they were like, tell us what you think. What is the problem? What do we have to change? What do you want from us? After 2 days, they were like, okay, this is what you gave us. This is what we think we should do. Let's find the middle ground. And after 3 days, they implemented changes. They implemented the change that they now have 2 Trovo treasure boxes, the one which is only for your channel and which doesn't get advertised, and basically community giveaways. And then there's the Trovo treasure box, which can be found on the platform, but there is a limit to it. You can only use them 3 times, right? You can only do like 1 per day and 3 per week or something like that. And it really, really limited the option for the people. And they're still listening. They're not done with it. They're inquiring the community like every so often about how do you feel about the treasure boxes now? Do we have to do some more changes? Like, what should we do? They're not done with it. And they do this with every feature. It's like, amazing. Wait a second. A company who is listening to like our problems. We also know which features are coming, which like things they're working on. And I think right now there's a lot of like word of mouth going around with Trovo. They're not doing any advertisement. Like the first real advertisement they did this week was to be on PAX West. Well, if you were seeing the pictures of PAX West, there are not a lot of people there. But the point is, like, the word of mouth is traveling far, especially because they are, as I said, focusing on countries which are non-English speaking countries, and they are also focusing a lot on mobile right now. That doesn't mean you are not allowed to stream from your console or from the PC. I'm only streaming from my PC, and I'm growing on the platform. I get more viewers on the platform. Like, just because somebody watches a lot of mobile games doesn't mean they are not interested in other platforms. And I think that's the important giveaway. But you just have to look at the numbers. I mean, look at this. This was August. Active channels did go down by 24%, which is good. Like, that's actually a positive thing because less streamers, right? Like, less streamers on the platform which are actually active, which means there are more people to go around, theoretically, and you have a higher chance to be discovered. So that's actually a positive thing. And yes, Trovo is using an algorithm on the platform. They're not like Twitch, which is just like, oh yeah, like we are showing you the highest viewers. We are actually using an algorithm on the platform. And let me show you that super quickly here. So what you can see here right now is the front page. That's an algorithm. Call of Duty Mobile. This is an algorithm, right? You see like this person has only 2 people. This person has 100 people, right? Like, this is because of the algorithm and the stuff I'm watching on the platform. And then the platform is like, yeah, okay, let me give you the streamers which you would probably watch. It's not like they're always on point. The same goes, by the way, with the games they are showcasing, right? Like, it's not always on point, but they are actually trying to go with an algorithm. And that means, of course, the less channels are active, the higher is the chance that you will be discovered, right? So, as I said before, that less active channels is actually something positive. Peak viewers were up by 13%, or 7,000 more than in July. Peak channels was also up. Average consecutive viewers was also up quite by a bit. And the watch hours were also up by 10%. So everything is just growing. Like, you can see that nearly every month was like a growing month. It's not like they are taking like big steps, but they are growing constantly. And we already see, like, in September, which is only a few days old, they had even more peak viewers than in August. More average consecutive viewers than in August. So Trovo is growing, but it does it slowly and it does it steady. And that is important. Sure, they have to do a lot of work with non-speaking English channels. Like, right now, the non-speaking English channels are dominating. I can show you that right here. Don't get a heart attack, by the way. 40% of the viewers are Spanish speaking, right? Because we have some very big Spanish communities on the platform. But I actually have people who are going around. I have some Spanish speakers in my channel. I have some Croatian people from Croatia watching me. Like, yes, English has to grow, but they work on it. They are not blind to it. Like, let me give you a wonderful example of what Trovo is doing right now to grow the English audience. And so they have a new feature, so to speak, the Trovo Green, which right now is the idea that people are playing Pokemon Unite. And you see this webpage right here, Trovo Play Green, and this month it's Pokemon Unite. It's going for a whole month, and when I stream Pokemon Unite, for every watched hour, I'm basically getting paid $1. And I said watched hour. That means, let's say you have 20 people watching you. And you are streaming for, well, 2 hours. You just made $40 on top of all the other stuff you're doing. Like, keep in mind, you have bits, you have subs, you have the Trovo 500. So this is just on top. But here's the caveat to all of this. Most of the people who are watching you have to be from English-speaking countries. USA, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand. You get the idea. That's where the people have to come from, most of the viewers, so that actually it counts. So that means for all the big channels who are like Spanish speakers, they don't really get anything out of this. So it's not like the rich are getting richer, right? When there's like a person who has like 1,000 viewers, like we have seen on Stream Shots, right? Like Michael, who has like 1,000 people watching him right now. If you would stream Pokemon Unite, you wouldn't really get anything out of it, because he's a Spanish speaker and most of his people are actually from Spain, I think. You wouldn't get anything. So Trovo has actually a good thinking on how to grow the platform, gamifying that growth, and not just throw some useless campaign out there or buy some streamers from Twitch or Facebook or YouTube or wherever you can buy streamers nowadays. But that is very important. Like, Trovo seems to know what they are doing. Trovo is listening to the community. They act. They change things if they have to be changed. And it's a platform which is relatively competitive, but the chance to be seen on that platform is still relatively high, especially with the features which make you seen. Like, it's not just a treasure box. You can actually also collect the free currency mana, and when you collect enough, you get a token you can use to be on the front page. So I'm using that whenever there's like a new big game coming out. I like to combine that with my treasure box and with the front page seat, and then I get a lot of viewers. And they're actually people who then discover me and they're like, hey, cool, a variety streamer here on Trovo, where most people are playing mobile games. You're also speaking English. Badly. Yeah. Hey, that's really cool. Nice to meet you. I want to watch you. And that's really nice. So if you're somebody who is looking for a lot of numbers, who looks for a streaming platform, who actually takes actions and listens to their communities, then you might just maybe want to check out Trovo. Like, I think that is the biggest damage you can do to Twitch right now is when a lot of people would actually leave the platform, because let's be real here, Twitch is in a position where most of the viewers are hanging around in the 5% of the top channels on the platform. Like, I think the last estimate we got from people who are crunching a lot of numbers was 80% of the viewers are watching 5% of the top streamers. And this is why Twitch is caring more for the 5% than for anyone else, because that's where the money is. And you might say, yeah, makes sense, they're a company. But here's the thing, like for me personally, I'm not the company. So that whole view of, yeah, that's normal, that's what the company is doing, is not a view I inherit. Because again, I'm not the company. What does it help me that Twitch is only caring for the top 5%? And that's how I think about the whole matter. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't help me. What do I get from this? And Trovo has been way more supportive. Well, they are trying to be way more supportive for everyone. It's not just a me situation. I actually had multiple times where, how can I put that? Try to get some better deal for me, right? Like trying to get some help here with the front page, with some games that were streaming and so on and so forth. And they were basically saying, no, we do not do that. Like, that sounds all amazing, and we wish you good luck with that, but we don't have any personal favorites here. Like, we are not allowed to, because the moment we are starting this, we are becoming Twitch. And that's something they don't want to be. So, again, if you are thinking maybe about switching the platforms and YouTube is just not doing it for you, because, well, they really have to update their website. They really, really have to do that. You might want to check out Trovo. Like, they have the money, they're spending the money. Seems like they know what they do, but it would take some work. I can tell you that. It would take work. That's for sure. With that said, folks, thank you so much for watching. We are done with the video. If you enjoyed this video and you are on your way out, I would appreciate if you leave a like. If you didn't like this video for whatever reason, well, there's a dislike button right next to it. There's also a subscriber button if you want to support me for free. And if you want to ever catch me live, you can do so on trovo.live/ChaosMole. And I'm streaming from Monday to Friday, starting at 9 a.m. ET, with more in the morning and gaming news. And then we are playing tons of different games. Right now we are playing through Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, and there are many more games coming out soon, so I'm looking forward to that. But again, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Stay safe.